just amazing, amazing ideas. And I've got my own prejudice on this girl. So whenever you walk around the city, so why do we walk around the city? And in this walk around the city, we said to them, okay, you've got 30 minutes to think about one way you can use technology to solve the problem that you see every day. So just think about it. When I need to come back, and every single woman had to present a 2-minute pitch about a problem and we
So click mirror the effect. It actually says okay, it recognizes. So here I see the same effect on my phone already. One of the amazing features which I wanted to show you more is this one. So yeah, hand tracker we already understood how it works. Manipulator also. So, for example, when you create a 3D object and you want to move it along the scene into some point, you can actually use this axis to move it. Also here to rotate your object and to scale it up and down. Yeah. So this will help you to transform your 3D objects as well. Okay, great. Now I can maybe show you some possibilities of 2D layout feature in RStudio. One second. Yeah, so if you go to the tutorial page, one second. Yeah, so if you go to tutorial page, here you will see adding text to the effect. So please go to this page. Tutorials adding text. And here we will be able to download this sample content. And we will recreate with you the same effect step by step. So in the end, we will get something like this. So we will get the effect which recognizes your current location and also the date. And I will show you just basic capabilities of planner layout. So if you downloaded your effect, you're already able to see application zip file. So this is extracted. So we will start with just empty new project, new empty project. So for this project, I will need 4 rectangles. So I will insert 4 rectangles. And this one. And I will automatically align those rectangles to the top, change the size of them. So I will also import first the materials. Import location. So here I will import first of all frame texture. And I will also create a new material to add some color to my rectangles, to add this blue color to the rectangle. So the color will be the blue one. Yeah, so now if I apply the material to my rectangle, it actually changes the color. So I do the same for all 4 rectangles. add the material among the one which I just created, default material. And now I want to position these rectangles to create this nice shape. So at first I want to change the size of of this rectangle to be a little bit smaller, maybe like 30, maybe like to fit. So first of all, I want it to fill width. Yeah, I want to change the height maybe to 120. And I want to position it to the top. So for these purposes, I use alignment button here. Like I align it to the top. For this rectangle, I change its size again to fill the width of my camera viewport. I again change the height to something like, I think it was 120. Yeah. And I put it to the bottom. So I use here the alignment to the bottom. For these rectangles, I fill the height and I change the width to be 30, for example, and put it on the left here. And for this rectangle, fill the height and again, width is 30, put it on the right. So here I got this nice frame. Now I will insert the fifth rectangle to create this white frame inside. I will insert another one rectangle and create another material which will use this frame texture. So create a material, add the texture frame. And then I will apply this material to my rectangle. Yes. I also think that this texture has to be a transparent one. Second, let me check. So here I imported this material, this frame material, to the fifth rectangle, and I'm changing the size to be a bit bigger, something for 400, maybe a bit smaller. Yeah, well, adjust. So here I got this nice white frame, blue frame, and now I want to show you how to use text and also how to use one of these amazing features where you actually use dynamic text. So for example, you create text and text to use the real world data about the location and time. Here you insert current city. And by default, it will be London, even though it's not London now, it's like Oxford. But it's because our app doesn't have the permission yet to know our location. I changed the color. I reposition. I changed the font, and I will reposition it as well to the. So I use alignment to reposition it to left and top. So it will be over here. And I also want to show you one more dynamic text, which uses current date. So you add the text attribute, And then again, you add current date short. So as you can see, it actually shows the accurate date 14th of July, which is today. Yeah. So here I again set the correct date, changed maybe the size a bit to make it look a bit bigger, and then we position again the text, so align it to bottom and right. So yeah, we got this effect, and now we can actually test it out on the mobile phone. And yeah, it works. It actually recognizes that I'm in Oxford. So I don't know how to show it. Maybe I will show it here. Yeah. So here you can see that my effect actually recognizes that I'm in Oxford and that today's date is 14th of July. Well, that's actually it, what I wanted to show you. If you want to learn more about RStudio, I will send in our group chat the link to the tutorials, and you can follow them up. So that's it. Thank you, guys.
How about I'll share the Discord together. Yeah, accounts yet, yeah, please. Discord you have used Slack before? Slack is like the filter on the blog. I don't know Sorry. Okay. First, we'll go through what developer circles is and what this hackathon is from the developer circles perspective. A few slides, and then I come back and we'll do the setup for the Discord. Okay. Frederick, please take us away.
So hello. So thank you so much for this introduction to RStudio. And so today we are encouraging people to if you have your own ideas what you want to try or hack on using Facebook products or RStudio in general, that's totally fine. But we want to encourage people also to think about if they want to take part in the community challenge of Facebook Developer Circles. the idea is, how can we use these wonderful tools in a way that helps building communities? And Ilona earlier presented the 1 Million Women to Tech project, which is one of the communities. Again, we want to encourage people, if you have some other communities that you think of, that you have some ideas who to what you could build something for, hack something for, to help them, that's also fine. But we encourage you to think maybe especially in terms of 1 Million Women to Tech, if possible. So the challenge, again, build a solution that helps to bring together communities, use at least one Facebook product. There's link. I've also written down here on the whiteboard for later reference, which shows all the details of this challenge, which I'm going to explain in more detail. So they mention a list of products here, such as Login, Account Kit, Analytics, Messenger, React Native. I believe this is not an exhaustive list, and for instance, AR Studio would be really cool if they could make something to work with that. If people would like to participate in this challenge, which would be a really good idea because they're cool prizes to win. I'll mention these a bit later. Then how to do this is at the end. The judges require a 2-minute video, which can be put on YouTube, which can be put on Vimeo and other products, other of these platforms, which show a step-by-step demo and show how Facebook products are being used for this purpose of building communities, increasing engagement, and also put on a link to a live site or a demo site so that the judges can interact with the demo, or if it's an app, provide a mobile test build. So the deadline is 26th of July. So if people, let's see how far we can get with that during the weekend. If people want to continue working on that remotely, that's absolutely fantastic, and we highly encourage that. I think at the end, if people have the time, the interest, the drive to take it onwards to this point, then I think we'll encourage that people can exchange the details. Or there's also the Facebook Developer Circle.
How many of you know how to work with TikTok?
Yeah, so now we come to the cool bit, the prizes. So there's first round, so regional round. I think there's 7 regions worldwide. We are in Europe, and there will be a first prize 7,500, second prize 5,000, third prize 3,500, or something, for something which is build something completely new. If it uses pre-existing software, I think the best one is 3,000. And the winners of the regional round then move forward to the global round, and they can continue working on their solutions up to August. I think 10th of August, sort of shortly beforehand, is when the regional winners will be informed. Afterwards, 2 more weeks, and then another submission for the global round, which has prizes up to $30,000. And categories, I think you have to decide which of these categories to apply for. One is building growing communities, one's bridging on and offline experiences. I think this is something, the second point is something which augmented reality might be particularly useful for. And the third one is enhancing member communication. So I think it's within an existing community, how to work better, more effectively with each other, how to keep the engagement high. Yeah, thank you, and let's start building.
You knew about the Facebook Community Challenge. It's a global challenge. You knew about it. Great. Yeah. You can work on whatever you want to do, or we can try to make something together today, and then actually record a demo and upload it and send it. So it's totally up to you. If you want to work alone, you can just hack around. Or if you have ideas, what we could do is everybody could come up here and pitch your idea, and then we can all decide perhaps to work on one or two. Does it sound good? Who has pre-existing idea that you came with to hack on? One? Half and half, okay. Anybody else? Two-ish? Three-ish? Yeah, I mean, if you have ideas, you know, nothing, so only good things can come of it. So I encourage you to pitch it, and then it will be very interesting to see if maybe we can do it together. Okay. We should have a brainstorming session. Let me get everybody onto Discord so that you actually can like connect somehow, and then we'll go from there. If I
feel free to just give me a shout.
So we try to get people up so that everybody either has a computer they can work on, or what somebody who does a computer, especially Macs, seem to be at least some of the nuances. Everybody happy about that name? Is there a good conversation going on? Is there a need for help at the moment? Yeah, I think we can, after the brainstorming, can also think about the team size we want to say. There is the start teams of 4, having a team of 8 might be a bit helpful.
Matt, sorry, could you check refresh your Discord and see if you see the presentation? Yeah, definitely. Actually, what I can do is check this out. Maybe three. One for each partner. Well, I was going to do it during the keynote, but I forgot. I wanted to do the partnership thing and show Oxford University Press, Facebook, and then the 1 million women to tag, but I forgot to do it. Okay, now I'm in my very official password. Are you photo? Is it photograph or is it video?
This is video.
And you are with someone there.
It's good talk.
Lunch break is, I think, at 1:30. Okay, everybody, shall we come together into the room? Welcome, welcome. Did you have a good brainstorming? I know you're still doing.
We need a bit more time to hash out the ideas.
Do you need more time? Well, lunch is around 1:30, so I was thinking until then we can actually maybe decide to set up a repo together or sort of move on. But if you need more time, is this good? The ideation? It's good. Okay. Here's a Discord channel that you can join. It's like a Slack and Facebook Messenger. It's just a bit more powerful and has free video, free audio, and free screen sharing. Yeah. This will expire in 1 day, so this is just for today.
So there will be another one tomorrow.
There will be another one tomorrow. And if you can go, there is a channel when you are in the 1 Million Women to Tech server. Matt, you're in there already, right? If you go to YouTube and search for 1 Million Women to Tech and sign, so you can click and land there. It's the one that you were on. Okay, and then if you go the hackathon category, there's a Facebook FC Oxford channel, so say welcome hackers. Oh, I see Matt here. So this is here, Facebook FC Oxford. And who is in there besides Matt and myself? The invite link expires, but you're not kicked out, so don't worry, you can continue working. It's right here. If you go to the YouTube,
https discord.tv capital T capital A H and small m capital Q small y.
But there's a couple places. I just put it in the wiki as a comment. In the wiki. I don't know if you can hear this one. Sure. This is the last one. Oh, that's good. Shall we have, okay, who is in here? If you're in the channel, could you just type something so we see? Oh, there is a pin messages. Great. Mila, hi. Mike. Well done. Finally is typing. Great. There. Oh, sound. Yeah. Yes, Mike? I guess you could, but I don't have a. You can. Yeah, it's speak as well. Yes. What kind of mic? Oh, I see. Okay. Right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. That's good. Thank you.
So everybody, we just heard that there will be some lunch being served right now, so might be a good time.
Sorry. Okay.
Refresh the blood sugar levels and get the ideas.
Yeah. Let's do that after lunch. Let's feed everybody. No, thank you.
That's fantastic. It's really fantastic. Thank you.
Let's eat. Let's eat. Okay. You know, it's your technically speaking, no, but I think but yeah, I will leave it because you need access card. The problem is everybody with the conference desk just can't walk around. So it's a judgment thing.
Cannot give any guarantees or accept any.
But I think
I personally believe that's right.
Freddie. Let them. Yeah. Lunch. Lunch is on the in seminar room A, so you need to go out and to the left and follow the crowd. You will need an access on the front there to come in to the hall, that corridor. Mm.
You can eat here.
Yeah, please follow Frederick for lunch. I'll stay here. It's fine. You can. Yep, yep. Oh. I would love to get some people actually hacking today because you are here. I don't know if we can get that far.
Bring myself up to our studio platform because we are
You are-
doing support that.
Yeah, are you into Messenger?
Yeah, I can do better with I can do
No, maybe we could have us have a and the problem is still. But anyway, but we can work on the development version in AI because it's easy to
Yeah,
Facebook.
yeah, sure.
That would be very happy.
happy.
I would be very
Yeah, feel free
happy to ask for your help because we actually don't really know what intents to have and what expressions are easy, but the intents are not so.
Okay, I'll have to have a look at you. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, enjoy your lunch. I'll see you
Cool.
back
Where
here.
is lunch? Is it
Follow people out onto the front into the main area and then to the left.
main area left? Right. Awesome. Thank you.
Bye. So everybody, we're going to. I'll stay. We'll have a little bit of a lunch break here, and in the meantime. Weird. No, the current activity, to be honest, is lunch, which I will make. That's cute. sorry. It's funny. Sharing my video. Hi. I'm looking after everyone's computer. Oh, get someone, yes. Okay. Agenda. Yeah, yeah, I can do that. Yeah. No, I can't show it on the internet because, yeah. I think it's on in the mid. Yeah, at the reception desk on the 2 screens on the side. Okay, the people in the booth can fix that. The Nelson Mandela booth, that's where the computer sits for the, yeah. Hi. Oh. Nothing. Just so you know, we're famous. All right. And the audio is on.
Keeping time, see if I can run the chat and stuff. sorry, the copy was like- Oh, that's that.
Oh, I love it. Thank you. Okay, well, bon appetit. Okay, that's good. Actually, can you all hear me? I was thinking of doing is I can start showing the how to contribute to Toolkitten. So, mhm. You're hearing, fantastic. Okay, so maybe I'll start. I'll show you. I'll show you how to working on Hackathon. You can get started with the browser. Mhm. Okay, cool. Okay, so a few things we need here is Okay, so useful links, FAQ bot. Okay, how to contribute. Yeah? You know, in the following. GitHub account. You also need a recast. How can I say this more concisely? Sign up. Look at the AI account. And you let the first, oops. Then they need to did we not have a toolkit? You know how to change the settings from private. I'll include the link in the meantime. This is not GitHub, recast. I feel like we had another toolkit, and I feel like we had a. Oh, here it is. What happened? I just switched from my personal to the. Yeah, I found it. So I'm just sharing now the public version because that they can fork and contribute to. And we'll figure out. It might be good to keep it private anyway, because in the end, what goes into production, I should probably separate from the open source music. And then the ones that work really well, we can put into the live. Awesome. I hear it. Yay. Let me get some thumbs up. Aksha? Aksha Jamil. If you and when you're inside recast.ai, you can go to this third link. And when you click through, you'll be landing inside our toolkit. And what you do here is you click fork. I'm not going to fork it because I'm already in. But you would click fork. What forking does, if you're new, is it creates a copy of the code for you that you can work on, and then I can work on my copy, and everybody else can work on their. Oh, great, butterfly creativity. I love your username. Kaisma from Atlanta, Georgia. Kaisma, awesome. So you can fork it here, and what it does a copy for you, and then you can start editing. So what you're seeing here are, these are our intentions so far. Intents, sorry. And then within each intent, there are expressions, which is how a human would express the specific. This is Chatbots 101. What are the intentions of your user? So this is a good example. Asking a joke is an intention, but you can phrase it in many ways if you're a human. Tell me a joke. Can you tell me a joke? I want a joke. Make me laugh. Are you funny? Say something funny. I need to laugh. Amuse me. Any fun? Oops. Make me smile. Funny story. So these are the expressions of an intent, and those are the ones that we come up with. So what I would do here, if I were you, is it's best practice to have at least 20 expressions for every intent. but if we can get up to 50, it's much better. And the goal is to create different types of sentences, some questions, some statements, some exclamation marks, some short ones, some really long ones that from a human perspective all have the same intent. And this will then train the machine, the AI, to recognize unseen utterance. The nice thing about Recast.ai is you can fork it, and even without downloading anything onto your computer, in your browser, you can make edits and suggestions back. Yeah, this is the public one because the private one, look, Freddie, the build part is where the flow is. And so in the private one, it's built out. Here I have, it helps also. Well, they can add what we need from the community if they're beginners, right? Is the actually they can build and well.
A bit too much, I think.
Am I so big? Probably we need to. No, I'll try. running 2 live streams because I didn't know how to. Yeah, there is one live stream here and there's one there. No, it can be done from anywhere. Right now I logged in here as well, so you can move it. Hackathon here. Hi. We're on lunch break. We'll be right back.
Yeah, but like I'm kind of oh, I guess I'm going to introduce myself. Where are my manners? So my name's Dee, and just give me yeah.
I use the restroom, so I'll see you soon.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going with Mark.
Yeah. No, I mean I'm set up for the hackathon, and then I also want to do the talks. So I'm kind of in a situation. Should I not do the hackathon? I can always do a hackathon any other day. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I also wanted to talk to Yona because like I usually think of volunteers. I'd try to register as a volunteer. Yeah. Yeah, I mean I thought I would put my PhD to use. Well, I mean they were like weird technical difficulties in the sense that yesterday wasn't there like a orientation session for the teachers or something like that? Oh, then I must have missed it because of okay. Oh, I mean, you know, there's always something interesting.
I think we are really looking forward to. I will have to check with him what the details are. I think there was a replay. Yeah. And I think the replay.
I love your cover. Yeah, no, your phone cover, because like I always drop my phone side for something like.
No, it's actually the
Oh. Have you seen this one before? So something durable and sturdy. Survives.
So here the back cover board. And now I can really.
Oh no. That kind of stuff. Also, Karina actually had a question in regards to volunteering.
Volunteering. Oh, that's not volunteering. I mean, Ella is really the one to talk to, but I can.
Yeah, courtesy.
By the way, we're streaming live.
Oh, they're watching me talk?
Yeah. I thought you might. I can take part in the live webinar. So I went for the replay.
Okay.
And so the questions was active. Yeah, so if you are still short of being membership. Python development,
Well, you know, I think, you know, some of the bots, but not all of them, but, you know, I'll try to do the, you know, the rest of them. Oh, you want me to click on it? Oh, yeah, I was going to say,
Oh, that's like yeah, but it was like one of those shops, really shops like when I was so please, culture appropriation. I mean, they were okay with it. So. No, this is your first time here in Australia. Oh, really? Were you working somewhere else? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, there are some people, you know, yeah, you can do it. Okay. Also, I think it's gonna be
there and
all of them combined.
one week. One week.
If you don't mind my asking, I'm asking you for like bracket. I don't know about that, but listen, I think you were on the podcast.
Well, I think there will be weekly hacking time. There will be overarching
They're a bit.
Oh, no, it's fine. Yeah, PhD is called computing and mathematics at Brooks, but my concentration area was computer science and usability and learning styles. I know it's very controversial, and I thought at the end that learning styles, how students help people think that matters. Oh, sorry.
So I have to recommend it.
And then when you fill it out, what it does. Yeah. Okay, probably easier from the one that is outside of them. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yes, be like a bumblebee. Because I was finished. Thank you. Thank you. And I also help us with the certificate for higher education.
So maybe you can correct all of our education.
Yeah.
Inside and also
Yeah.
they're much more aware of.
No. Also, it's very interesting because, like, with the whole lecture aspect thing, we're talking to people from all over the world, yeah, and they have different ideas of what each is like. It's insane. So, for example, like, students from the Middle East are more used to that kind of approach.
Yeah, I'm getting some of that online.
Yeah.
And I send the link and go with this. What do I do next?
Yeah.
Just click the link.
Just read and stuff, to keep it up. Cool,
So you imagine when you're standing here, you can see all the crowd, and they're all at eye level, not sort of sitting high up.
Yeah.
And then behind you, so everybody can see.
It's not just.
Yeah, I go again. I'm trying to advise you. I'm pretty certain I've seen one. Really use the same.
Thank you for everybody for coming.
Even got an extension cable.
Okay. Yes, what? Try microphones, yes.
Please. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just going to set that up. And I'll get to deal with that. I'm just nice.
Thank you. You're funny. I like your idea. What's your name? Elena. Nice to meet you. Brad, Mark. You have.
Just hang on. You can take some fucking.
Oh, do I get quiet? It's the summer, it's the weekend.
What have you done there? Where is it?
Would it be okay? Can you text it?
No, I think it's great. But could we put the cable inside too? Is that alright?
Well, but then it can't be from here, so.
Can it go up the inside of the t-shirt? And... Oh, with the
We'll do the whole thing.
Yeah.
browsers, right? This is really in the line.
Well, I didn't want to say it would have but probably would.
Oh, definitely. Upwards for this one.
Oh, no, that's
Is
fine.
that what?
Yeah, because it'll stop.
Oh, instead of me
Downwards.
to, yeah, don't breathe into
It's just if you make a button, or it'll strike the mic.
Got
If
it.
it's pointing down, it won't.
Okay.
A bit of microphone there for you, a bit of information about microphone. You can have that for free.
Thank you. Well, you're a star. Fantastic. Would you stand next to me? Say the word when you're ready.
No, many new participants.
I thought we can do. If you're all okay with this, because we have the benefit of Santander's crew here, we will do a little announcement about the launches that are happening today, and we'll take Q&A from you. Welcome everyone. My name is Ilona Udapesti. I'm the Facebook Developer Circle Oxford co-lead.
And Frederick, I'm the other co-lead of the Facebook Developer Circle Oxford. And this is today our launch event, so we are very excited.
How many of you have heard? Okay, it's now there are, I think, more than 50 circles just in EMEA, so Europe and Middle East, but it's a global program. It is idea is to bring together local developers to work on any kind of technology that's of interest to them. It's not only Facebook. However, and from them, as well as we get to see most of the new developments a little bit earlier than others. So Developer Circle Oxford on Facebook. It's called Dev the Oxford here. Let us say just a word about our professional background, and then we will share with you the plan on how this summer we will go along with the Women's Summer of Code. Frederick, would you start to tell us about your career?
Certainly. So I did a PhD in biomedical image analysis and machine learning about 7 years ago. Then I moved to Oxford and have been there for this city since then. I've been working in different kind of industries, working on using machine learning, artificial intelligence in interesting settings, and interesting challenging problems, and really looking forward how it can be used, or how other related techniques can be used to empower communities, to build communities, and help bring 1 million women to
Right. I'm Elena Budapeste. I'm a Harvard, Stanford, and Oxford educated software engineer for 8+ years. Most of that was in the Silicon Valley. PayPal and Motorola. Before that, I worked for Rakuten, Japan's Amazon. I did 19 trips between San Francisco and Tokyo in the span of 2 years. It was fantastic though. You really learn a lot from Japanese people's work ethic. And before that, I worked at the Royal Bank of Scotland here in London, inventing and pricing derivatives in C++. And now my passion is and my dream is to bring 1 million women to tech, because often I was the only female in the development group. So there would be women, but they would be sitting in either admin jobs or HR jobs, or even in technology, they often would take on a position as a QA, like a quality assurance engineer, which is, it's not only lower paid, but it's a lower skill. It's more of a support role. It's similar to the 50s when, you know, men were secretaries. A secretary's job was not a woman's job. Like, oh my God, no, women were in the typing pool. So they could type, but oh God, women could not touch, you know, money, or oh my gosh, make a phone call. So, and I'm hoping to bring that now into technology so that we can have gender parity. Developer Circles from Facebook is a wonderful initiative because we can share with each other any kind of technology that we're interested in as a local community. And so our plan for this summer is every week to go along the Summer of Code, the 1 Million Women to Tech Summer of Code. If you have been to our website, the 1millionwomentotech.com website redirects you to the Summer of Code. And you'll see that in the upcoming 12 weeks, the menu will be the following. We'll have an introduction to Python, then Python the hard way. Week 3 is introduction to natural language processing. And week 4 is introduction to AI using TensorFlow. All of this content is available to women and non-binaries. And if you identify as a man, you're welcome to come on as a mentor if you have experience. Week 5, 6, 7, and 8 are.
There's a mentor link for everybody.
Yes, here's the mentor link. Please join as a mentor. Weeks 6, 7, 8, and 9, which are JavaScript focused, are again an introductory course for JavaScript, an advanced one. Then we'll build an app in 1 week without any coding knowledge. It's for the user interface. And then in week 8, you'll try to use React.js and your new JavaScript skill to actually build it. We'll try to make it as accessible as possible with the blockchain focus on week 9, virtual reality week 10, and augmented reality week 11. Great. Are there any questions so far about the Summer of Code and what we will bring to you over this next summer? Gentlemen are very welcome to come to the Oxford-based events. It's just that the online content and the community is really focused on women. Any questions? Okay, then I'll show you our GitHub. If you wanted to get started with a Facebook Messenger type of app, we have a collaborative tool called recast.ai, where you can find us. Our chatbot is called Toolkitten, and her role will be to answer FAQs, because it turns out when 85,000 people, let me show you, when 85,000 people start asking questions and there are only 3 moderators, it's very difficult to answer everybody, especially when 80% of the questions are the same. And even though we tell everybody where the general FAQs are, so not everybody reads it or finds what they need. And so the goal of the chatbot, it's really important, is so that we can scale to 1 million people and provide the relative as much customer service as we can. So when you have a question about, I don't know, you're a mentor for week 4 and you're reading a piece in the syllabus and you want to know how to mentor the person, then the chatbot can get you to the right resources, even at scale. So please check out Hackathon, and let's see where it is. Sorry, the communications team is today's launch day, so we are a bit. Oh my God, 91,000. Okay, 91,000. So it's just more and more people are coming. And if you are interested in chatbots, then it's open source. Please contribute a question. I don't know if you can. So we decided, a wonderful question. So first of all, we acknowledge it. I think you're absolutely right. The truth is some people, especially with work or a family who aren't maybe on a summer holiday, will not be able to have the same involvement each week. So we have really, we try to support it. This is why it's so modular. So you can pick and choose and either focus on just 1 week, or you can take the whole thing. And also we try to theme them so that the month 1 is very heavily Python and you can actually go a little deeper. And month 2 is quite heavily JavaScript, so you could go a little deeper. And our job is to offer the content and then let people consume it as best as possible. We have 2 levels of support because we're so small. We have the do-it-yourself version. So if you follow us on YouTube and GitHub, and then you register within this, here is the actual syllabus, the detailed syllabus here. I don't have time to go through it. Please watch the onboarding webinar if you're interested. Then if you join here, then you will be inside the do-it-yourself version. And this is an open community. We accept women and non-binaries from around the world. It's donation-based. There are countries who don't even have credit cards, but they have YouTube. Have a membership option we call Fund Yourself, Fund Others. So we have broken down our first year budget, and that's what this is. Here we can provide, and we offer certification in job readiness. So, but this one we can't do it sort of completely free. So this is the paid option for membership. So these are the 2 options. It was 500, but then this was the problem. We didn't know how to decide who among the 19,000 would be not only say that they're committed to. We can't know at this scale. So we're trying now this model of do it yourself and sort of support it. And the people who get the support are really funding the system and the server costs for everybody else. Which one?
Basically, when you say like advanced Python, do you mean like it's only for
That's a good question. It really depends how much time you put in. So what we request is that the minimum is Monday through Friday, about 2 hours. You watch the 1 hour lecture and you hack on yourself 1 hour. If you do in 1 week is not quite enough. But however, if you put in, I don't know, some crazy hours the first week, like you just live and breathe Python for 7 days, the hours, because weekends are also included. Like if you have 60 hours, 80 hours of like tinkering with Python, I think it will be possible to take the week 2. Also, week 2 is good for you played with it beforehand, or you have some idea of if and else statements, you know, loops, but you just like not completely clear, you don't have good problem solving skills yet, then this will work. This is more for the false beginner-ish, and it's quite fast paced. I don't think we'll get through all 52 levels here, but I wanted to share the content so that people can use the rest of the year really to catch up if they wish. Great. Yes. I think that's it from us. Thank you. Challenges.
the summer group will have changes as well, right?
Yeah, so each week we have a little hackathon that's tied to the week's content. And each month we have a theme, and then there's an all summer hackathon as well. And what we're trying to do is each hackathon has a theme if you wish to, if you just want to join some existing structure, like you haven't done something before, or you want to just do an open source project. And then we have the open category where you can bring in whatever you like and showcase it and use this as your platform to share with the world your idea. Yeah. That's a great question. We are receiving a lot of requests, to be honest. At the moment, what we're doing is just asking for those who want to become facilitators to course in the program. And then in the future, maybe they can run some local events. We're not really set up to be able to guide you in how to run local events, but you're welcome to. Right now, what we're asking is if you want to do a local facilitation, sign up as a mentor, do the online version and bring in your participants into the participation. And then if you want to get together in a physical space and do it there, that's wonderful. It's just. Yes, we are not coordinating it yet, but yes, we are receiving requests. To be honest, I think we would like to find partners who are already doing this rather than like start something new, because if there are already communities locally, there are amazing women in tech groups. There's Women Who Code, there is Free Code Camp, there is like so many other good groups. And I think if we just offer this as a structure, time structure, and the challenges and the content, then these groups can use it. Yeah. Oh, that's a problem, actually. I would really like to avoid that. I'm going to start reaching out to these admins if you can ask them not to do it, because this is exactly what happened to some, I don't want to say the name, this is exactly what happened to another international women's group, and they have become so local. It has become very difficult to work with them. I think the strength of this program will be that it's fully online and it's fully global. And I understand the need for people to want to self-organize locally, and I support that. I just really want to make sure that we somehow don't fragment, and especially not this early in the program. So thank you. Oh my God, that's not okay. That's not, if you can, I don't have time to moderate everything. If you could go. This is really important to communicate to everybody, yeah. Yeah, it's just a question of how do you do, like I have discovered it's very difficult to communicate with 100,000 people, because you say A and they understand B, C, D, E, F, and they'll say, oh, you don't want to support us locally. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's fine, but then yeah, and I also, there's a need to do this online. I understand very much. So yeah, we could do a country-specific Discord channel and limit it to that, because, and then, but then we need a volunteer per country to sort of manage it.
Yeah, but there will be a group administrator. So I think that the best thing would be, in my opinion, would be to just acknowledge the need and acknowledge the initiative.
Thank you. Can I give both of you a great round of applause? Thank you so much. Really, I mean, there is 3 people who are sort of on the board of advisors of the nonprofit. It's called trustees in the UK. I don't know why charities in the UK are trustees. And then we are all volunteers. Everybody else is volunteers. If we get the fundraising goal for the first year, then we can actually start hiring people. So I really, if you can, like you're suggesting solutions, because then we can implement and think about what we do. So, Awesome. I think I'd like to give them. Yeah. Shall we have pitches? It'd be great to.
Should maybe remind people of this community challenge, because I think we have a couple of newcomers who missed the morning session. And there's also community channel.
So for the newcomers, this is the, well, today and until July 26th, you can register for this hackathon. This is run by Facebook globally. And any type of hack that helps communities come together is allowed to join. A developer tool. And then there are regional awards, about $10,000 level, and then there is one international big bonanza.
I don't really want to direct people to strongly what to work on here, but we would strongly encourage to think about participate if you want to do something that could participate in the community challenge, and ideally something that could benefit them willing to tech, unless you have other good ideas of a very happy project.
This is where you are now.
And I think there has been, so I mean, one suggestion was to work on. I think this would be quite friendly to people who might not have so much coding experience yet, because a lot of that is just coming up with questions, with answers, and it's a very visual based.
And you
But I think there has been also some amazing brainstorming going on this morning.
Let's hear the pitches.
We would really, really like to hear.
You seem very, very active. Yeah, please. How long should we do this? How about and then thank you. It's nice if you do, because we are live streaming, so they can see you. Can you come in?
If you want to use the line for
Okay. I need a timekeeper. Could I get a volunteer timekeeper? Yes, please. 5 minutes. And then you can show them for 3, 2.
There are 5.4 million people with asthma in the UK, meaning asthma affects 1 in 11 people in 1 in 5 households. For 250,000 people with severe asthma, even climbing stairs to the lunch marathon, never mind going outside of their own home. Every 10 seconds, someone's having a life-threatening asthma attack. Every day in the lives of 3 families are devastated by the death of a loved one to an asthma. Yeah, 5.4 million people. That's a very large number. I myself have almost died. But luckily enough, my pump saved me. So this is a pump from the NHS. I have to pay £8 to get this, £8 to breathe. And it has no number, so I don't know how much is actually in here. It could run out any minute. I have no idea. And if I leave my house without my pump, and I have an asthma attack, I can die. So it's quite a serious issue. They've got asthma and start panicking. I think really is basic right. Not only does it know to pay account for this, abstraction levels of dust, our physical space. We've come up with a sort of solution as a way to track it and as a way to fix it.
There's a clear point of view, or we will realize now, and that can be. And we try to use Messenger so that when you are outside and you have a problem, you press emergency. Just send your emergency and look for people that are registered to the service and send a Facebook Messenger message to potential other people registered to
tracking, obviously, some people have just got asthma, they've just been diagnosed, and they obviously need an education. How to use it, how to use it, how to use it. So that would also be integrated in that way. So there's my phone and how much to have, and hopefully we might track all the asthma stuff for modernising. How much they have in this and one thing is the airport is the custody and airport in London. I totally believe in it. Else, but when I come down to London, and it's scared what I felt while I was at uni, I can go to NHS and say, you know, I need to come down and reach the so it's both or go to a different environment and not have medication. It's not all the time, you know that's all around you. Does have some. In every single country. But there's a brown and blue one, and the brown one actually has steroids in it, which is a lot stronger and we can do all this things. At that moment of need, you see the you can actually map to what is the brown one. You have access to 909